This is breaking news.
Okay. In a scene that was reminiscent of the O.J. Simpson killings of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, on August 1st, Lauren Semanchik and Tyler Webb were brutally murdered. They were murdered by a New Jersey State Trooper, Ricardo Santos. Trooper Santos was on the inner circle of the New Jersey State Police. In fact, he was on Governor Murphy's security detail. And there were warnings that Trooper Santos had personality issues and was a danger to others. Lauren had dated Trooper Santos for a period of time and broke up with him last year. At that point, all of a sudden, abusive behavior began. He made numerous calls, numerous texts, and numerous unwelcome visits to her place of employment and to her home. There was a point where Lauren's car was keyed and she became alarmed. Lauren called another trooper, who she knew, a female trooper at the New Jersey State Police, and reported Santos' conduct. Nothing happened. Lauren became so alarmed that she went to the local police department, the Franklin Township Police Department, and she walked in and said, "I'm alarmed, I'm concerned, and I'm in danger, and I want to report this. I want to know how I can get a restraining order." She was turned away and told that there was no one there for her to talk to, but that she could call a number. She got back to her house, and she immediately called that number and made the report. And this is a recording of the call.
Hi there, my name is Lauren Semanchik, and I live at Upper Kingstown Road in Kutztown, New Jersey. I was looking to file a police report or potentially even a restraining order against my ex-boyfriend who has been harassing me. He placed recording devices in my home, has continued to text me and call me, and then I just came out last night from work and my car had been keyed and I have no idea who did it, but I don't have anybody else in my life with any animosity. He's also a state trooper, so I'm especially uncomfortable. I just stopped in the office, but nobody was available, so the girl at the front desk gave me this number. If you could give me a call back and you have a moment, that would be great. My phone number is...
No one called her back. Franklin Township Police Department did absolutely nothing after having this complaint. Now, the state of New Jersey Attorney General, law enforcement directors require that a police department, once there's an allegation of abuse against a police officer, to take action. These are the actual, a portion of the requirements. It says, whenever an officer is involved in a domestic violence incident, either as an alleged perpetrator or as a victim, Internal Affairs must be promptly notified. Where the officer was the alleged perpetrator, investigating officers must seize their service weapon or any other weapon possessed as mandated by AG, meaning the Attorney General directives, 2000, 2003, and 2004. So as soon as this complaint was made, the Franklin Township Police Department had an absolute obligation to contact the state police, and at that point, the state police would be obligated to take control and to make sure that all revolvers, all service weapons, any other firearms that were licensed to Trooper Santos would be removed, and that it would be put on administrative leave, and that they would do an investigation. Nothing was done here. Because of that, on August 1st, gunshots were heard by neighbors. Screams were heard by neighbors. 3 different neighbors reported this to Franklin Township Police Department. They sent out a car. It drove by Lauren's house, never went in, and left. Lauren and Tyler were murdered at that point, and it took until the next morning when Lauren's father came to the house to take her to a concert they had planned to go to, that he was the one who had to find his daughter's body, his daughter's murdered body, laying outside. A horrific scene. Ladies and gentlemen, there's something called the blue wall of silence. Blue wall of silence is where police officers protect their own. Even when there's allegations against one of them, they look the other way. And that's what happened here. We will be filing a lawsuit against the Franklin Township Police Department, the New Jersey State Police, and others on behalf of Lauren and Tyler. We will hold, at the end of the day, we will hold Franklin Township Police Department liable for its failure to act. We will get to the bottom of why no one at the state police acted to take Santos' guns. We will get to the bottom of why police officers that evening failed to even come into Lauren's home to investigate the screams and the gunshots. And we will uncover whether the police in New Jersey have been held to a different standard when there are domestic violence complaints lodged against them, and whether there is a cover-up in this and other cases. We will do this and more to achieve justice for Lauren Semanchik, for Tyler Webb, and for their families. And we call on the U.S. Attorney's Office, the Attorney General of New Jersey, and Governor Murphy to investigate these crimes and to get to the bottom of it. Thank you. Well, there are many legal theories. One of the legal theories is that the state police, and as well as Franklin Township, have a duty to act. You already saw the directive that would require them to act. And failure to supervise, failure to undertake your own, and to police your own, and to follow the law. Instead, we have a situation where we believe to be the blue wall of silence, where they look the other way. And so we're going to look into whether or not, when there are domestic violence complaints against the police and the state police, whether or not they actually act on those complaints, or whether they look the other way and they have a different standard for their own.
So in the report that in the packet from Washington, it's clear that they contact Santos, ask, then they drop it. But are they aware at that point that he is a state police trooper?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So why not sue Washington?
We are. We will. This
Okay.
is, yeah, absolutely.
I'm just wondering, like, as you mentioned Franklin and state police, I'm just curious if there's something that Washington did.
No, we will be suing Washington as well.
You will.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering if your clients could come up and talk about the disappointment by the inaction on the part of Franklin Township PD or state police or...
Okay.
As you can see evidenced by that, Lauren did everything right. She was concise, she was detailed, she was calm, and she made sure that she gave all pertinent information about Ricardo Santos, the fact that he was a state trooper. She was failed by every single law enforcement agency that she went to for help. There has been an outpouring of support from the communities. Her employer has issued a GoFundMe to assist with all of the massive expenses that are going to be put upon us, as well as Tyler Webb's family has a GoFundMe. But if you look at any of the comments online, everybody had wonderful things to say about Lauren. She did nothing but want to help people and help people's animals. And it was the number of people that showed up at both of their funerals was a testament to the kind of people that got taken away by this horrible murderer.
Lisa and Jim Webb, the parents of Tyler Webb, they could not be here. But as they grieve the loss of their son Tyler, they don't want the world to lose sight of the bright light that he brought to the world. Tyler, though just 29, was known throughout his community for his kindness, his generosity, and his infectious laugh. Always with a helping hand, Tyler exemplified this commitment as a full-time volunteer firefighter with Pine Wall Fire Department over the past 11 years. He also proudly served with the New Jersey State Forest Fire Service. Having met earlier in the spring, Tyler and Lauren quickly formed a deep and loving bond. They shared their love of music, their love of animals, their family, and their friends. And they were just starting out on a very meaningful and important journey together. The Webb family is committed to attaining justice for Tyler. They seek a full investigation and accountability by those who failed Lauren, and in so doing, failed Tyler. Those are his family's words.
This has been breaking news.